This is part two to the video I just did about 30 minutes ago called Did Black Women Genocide the Black American Population Through Abortion? Okay. I forgot to mention that very popular video that has been circulating the internet for at least like a decade. I kind of think it was May Alpha. I think the title was May Alpha 21, where they were talking about how abortion was the reason, was the purposeful, again, genociding of the black population. They had this creepy behind music on. The video was over an hour or so long, talking about, I don't know whatever it was. A lot of it really didn't make any sense. It was more propaganda than anything else. They talked about Margaret Sanger, and she was a eugenist. She was a racist. She did want to curb our population, the Black American population, but she wanted to do this through birth control because Margaret Sanger was not pro-choice. She did not agree with abortion. She wanted to limit our population growth through birth control. Now, she supposedly either started or was a part of the groundwork building a Planned Parenthood that eventually offered abortions, not just to us, but to women, period. Now, of course, Planned Parenthood had a lot of other services. I think they did cancer screening, and they offered tutorial birth control. They did a lot for the community. They didn't just offer abortion, but Margaret Sanger was not pro-choice, okay? So since she wanted to use birth control as a weapon to genocide Black American people, or at least retard our numbers, then does that mean that we need to punish Black women for using birth control? We need to stop using birth control just because she wanted to use birth control to genocide us? Not to mention the fact that Black women, period, have been using birth control for millennia. Birth control is not anything new. Margaret Sanger didn't come up with that idea. Women for thousands of years, we have been trying to procreate at the numbers and have the amount of children that was comfortable and right for us. Okay, so abortion is not new either. Abortion did not begin with Roe v. Wade. Abortion is something that we've also been doing for hundreds of thousands of years, millennia. But it's just today that somehow it has it's a movement to genocide the Black American population by the eugenists and racists, and black women are the culprits. You know what I'm saying? They like to blame us for the American Revolution. They blame us for World War III. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. So I just had this on my heart to look this up. I actually looked it up a couple of days ago, and I was shocked. I did not expect to see what I talked about in the first video. Now, again, my disclaimer, let me reiterate, I am not speaking for or against abortion. I am simply shedding light on the reality of abortion as it pertains to Black American women. We have not, it's ridiculous to accuse us of genociding our people through abortion. It makes no sense. As a matter of fact, during the short 48 years that Roe v. Wade was legalized nationwide, our populations grew. They grew. Our population grew beyond the numbers that the growth numbers that were statistically counted during the time when abortion was illegalized nationwide between 1910 and 1973, which was 63 years. They had like what, 8 or 9, 10 years? No, they had like 14 years. The anti-abortion era, or the illegalization of abortion, had 14 years over us, and we still outgrew that number that had pace between that time period and between the 1973 to 22 time period where abortion was legal. We outpaced them in growing. So that's a big cotton picking lie. So I just wanted to also, not to bring black men into this or nothing, but I was having a conversation with one online, and here he brings up this. Now, this is some years ago. Y'all killed off our numbers through abortion. We could have had a war. We could have had no, not a war. I'm sorry. We could have had us an army by now. First of all, fool, an army to fight what and with what? That's number one. Number two, you can't do nothing with the young men and women that you have today. What would you have been able to do with millions of more people, or whatever number you think that we supposedly genocided and kept from coming into this world through abortion? What would you have done with it? Because we really have an army on the streets today, but they're killing each other because they're killing us because they're misguided. They don't have no support. They don't have anybody to embrace them and take them in and teach them. They have never been taught conflict resolution, character. They have never been taught who it was that they were supposed to be pointing their guns at, food. So do something with the because I know you talking about the young black men today, because they out here dying over dice games and foot and basketball games and stuff like that. They out here dying and killing over mess like that. So you couldn't do nothing with this number. What could you have done with maybe 100,000, a few 100,000, or a million more? You couldn't have done anything. So just shut up. So I just had to come back and do a second one because I forgot that silly Behind Mayafa movie. It is not correct at all. Our numbers increased by 14 million more during 48 years of legalized abortion than it did in 63 years of illegalized abortion. So we've actually increased during the time of legalized abortion. So no, that's a lie. That's a lie, my people, my friends. It is a big fat lie. You can shut up now. The cat is out the bag. You ain't putting it back in the bag. Thank you very much, and have a great day once again.